Bill dated July 23, 2024 is now called to order. Please rise for the opening prayer to be given by this representation, followed by the national anthem, provincial hymn, and city hymn. Auzubillah minasyaitanirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin.
Probinsya namin namahal, sang subahan ng Davao. Banwakaw na madayaw, yan nagbuyo niyang malipayon kay palangga ng Diyos. Mataba yang kalupaan mo, yang tanong mabungahon. Dagat kong mga suba, madai gayang isla, kabuhian kawilihan ng tanan. Umahanga Davao Oriental, langit mo mapawaan. Yang kabutayan, yang kapatagan, mayaman ay magandahan. Maski hain pa kami kumadto, kami muling anikan mo. Garbo namin na Davaoenyo, yang pagsilbis ang kadyawan mo. O Palangga, syudad ng mati, yang yaman mo di magkaati. Sang kagayan, sang kapatagan, sa kadagatan kabaybayunan. Mga langyaw, lumadyalipay, kayang palibot magandahan. Sang kadyawan, yak sambukan, pinaiyahan niya limahan. Tagamati, matinudano, tagamati, matinadano, tagamati, matinohoro, tagamati, matinadano, tagamati, matinudano, tagamati, matinumano, tagamati, matinohoro, sa Diyos labang makagagawa. Nagamati, Maria, nagamati kami.
Okay, please take your seat. Maayong hapon sa tanan.
Hapon.
Good afternoon to my colleagues in public service, and good afternoon also to our distinguished guests, visitors that present inside this session hall, and from friends and media, and to all the support staff. Mr. Secretary, please proceed to the roll call.
Honorable Samuel Rodriguez, absent, excuse. Honorable Delphine Miones, Honorable Tara Marie Rabat Kaita, Honorable Sina Francis Campos on leave. Honorable Edmundo Pang Jr., Honorable Avelino Capina Jr., Honorable Arman Valera, Honorable Sandra Paul Alcantara,
Present.
Honorable Jerome Deang Hirang, Honorable Rogelio Pabio, Honorable Baudilio Miones, Honorable Daniel Macaobos, Honorable Tomas Sebelieno, Honorable Lorenzo Leon Girabat on leave. Quorum, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Based on our internal rules under Rule 6, Section 2, in the event of the inability of our regular presiding officer to preside over the Sangguniang session, the officer in charge in the office of the city vice mayor shall call the session to order. After the roll call, the members present, thereby constituting a quorum, shall elect from among themselves a temporary presiding officer. Any nomination from the August members? Yes, Honorable Valera, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to each and everyone. In the absence of our regular presiding officer, Mr. Chair, may I respectfully nominate Honorable Delphin B. Muniz to act as a temporary presiding officer. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Valera. There is a motion that Honorable Miones will act as the temporary presiding officer. Any member second his motion? Seconded by all members present. The motion hereby approved. Thank you. Please proceed, Mr. Secretary, for the a few minutes recess is declared.
Session resume. Mr. Secretary, what is the next item?
Reading and consideration of the previous minutes of the regular session dated July 16, 2024, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. What is the pleasure of the members? Do you have any comment or correction to the minutes? There being none, Councilor Capina.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Maayong hapon sa tanan. Mr. Chair, I move for the adoption of the minutes of the previous regular session dated July 16, 2024. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
Without correction? Without correction?
Without any correction, there is a motion as manifested by Councilor Capina for the adoption of the minutes dated July 16, 2024. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Next item.
For question hour, we invited Attorney Vanessa Gukong, Regional Director, Department of Social Welfare and Development Field Office, Davao City. We sent her communication to registered mail with return card and email the said let communication. As informed by her staff, Attorney Gukong is on official travel and they will inform us as to their availability as soon as possible. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. What is the next item?
Privilege hour and reports and observations.
Any member wants to avail the privilege hour? Yes, Councilor Macaobos.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to each and everyone. This representation would like to seek an appeal to the members of this august body that communication number 250-2024 be discussed under the unassigned business on suspended house rules, considering that the communication is not certified urgent by the local chief executive.
Thank you so much, Councilor Macaobos. Mr. Secretary, please take note.
Properly noted, Mr. Chair.
Any more? wants to avail the privilege hour, Councilor Dayang-Gira.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mayong hapon sa tanan. On behalf of the members of the Committee on Housing and Land Utilization, Mr. Presiding Officer, this representation would like to request that communication number 256-2024, not certified urgent by the local chief executive, to be discussed under unassigned business on suspended House rules, Mr. Presiding Officer. This is regarding the resolution number 6 series of 2024, a resolution recommending to amend the use of the LGU property located in Barangay Mamali from resettlement to evacuation campsite. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Dayang-Gira. Again, please take note, Mr. Secretary.
Properly noted, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Councilor Capiña.
Thank you again, Honorable Chairman, Mr. Chair. I would like to request this honorable august body that communication numbers 249, communication number 254, and communication number 255, Mr. Chair, all certified urgent by the local chief executive, be discussed under unassigned business without the need of suspending the House rules for its possible passage of a legislation and approval, Mr. Chair. Again, 249, 254, and 255, Mr. Chair. And second, Mr. Chair, there are two communications that are both referred to the Committee on Oversight Ordinances and Legal Matters. However, the committee chairman, Honorable Campos, is on leave. Thus, the said communication are referred to the vice chairman in order to fast track, Mr. Chair, the passage of the request of the two barangays, and would like to request from the members of this august body that these two communications referred to Oversight and Ordinances Committee be tackled under unassigned business during suspended House rules. So may I request, since I am only the vice chairman of this committee, and we need to fast track the request of the two barangays, may I request my colleagues, Mr. Chair, to please check on the request of the two barangays so makater na to ang mga pangutana later sa ato ang we converted this honorable body to committee as a whole. That is communication number 242 and communication number 252, Mr. Chair. And communication number 257, under the Committee on Budget, Finance and Appropriations. Also, I would like to request from the members of this august body that this communication be tackled under an assigned business during suspended House rules for the discussion and possible approval of the request, Mr. Chair.
Is that all, Councilor Capiña?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much, Councilor Capiña. Mr. Secretary, please take note the, I think, 6 communication, the 3 urgent communication without the need of suspending the rules, and also that 3 communication with the under suspended House rules. Please take note.
Properly noted, Mr. Chair.
We are still under privilege hour. Any more wants to avail? Yes, Councilor Capiña.
Thank you again, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, later on we will be discussing and possibly pass a resolution for the confirmation of the newly appointed POPCOM officer of the City of Mati in the person of Sir Boy Plaza. So, Mr. Chair, may I request the members of this august body that kailangan pa ba nato istorya si Sir Boy so he can exit earlier, and later on we will tackle on the possible approval for his confirmation as POPCOM officer.
Yes, Councilor Valera.
Mr. Chair, in relation of the query of my colleagues, Honorable Kobe Capiña, siguro pili na lang na to kung ano si Sir Boy, in the sense nga napabot siya work nga pagabuhaton as long miabot na diri sa ato ang communication para madiskusan nato. Og salamat po nga naa siya para di po mabater ang iyang trabaho karon sa iyang
Okay.
office.
So thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Thank you. Sir Boy, thank you for your presence, and rest assured, later we will confirm your appointment as POPCOM officer, and hopefully I will be the next POPCOM officer next to you. Si Taro. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. May I request our guest, Mr. Boy Plaza, to please stay for a picture taking. A few minutes recess. Sir Boy. Magpa-picture ka sa sunod nga kuan, officer. Thank you so much, Sir Boy Plaza. Thank you for coming. Session resume. Before we proceed, the chair would like to acknowledge the presence of our friends from media. Of course, the station manager of Radio Rapido, Sir Manny Parito, and Mr. Lamodok. Thank you so much for coming. Please,
Next na to kay Pamapil, madaan.
Mr. Secretary, what is the next item?
Reading and referral of proposed measures or communications.
Please proceed.
No proposed ordinance. For proposed ordinance for first reading, we have one, authored by Honorable Rogelio A. Pabio, Chairman Committee on Health and Sanitation. Proposed city ordinance number 608, series of 2024, an ordinance institutionalizing the community-based mental health program in the city of Mati, establishing mechanism and guidelines for its implementation, and appropriating funds thereof and for other purposes. Referred to the Chairman Committee on Health, the Honorable Pabio. No proposed resolution for first reading. For communications and messages, communication number 242, CS 2024, letter from Punong Barangay Diosdado G. Pahid, Punong Barangay, Barangay Sanghay, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panglungsod members to Honorable Lorenzo Leon G. Rabat, City Vice Mayor, regarding Barangay Ordinance number 001, series 2024, an ordinance amending the Barangay Ordinance number 01, series of 2008, which allows Barangay Sanghay Council to Barangay Treasurer to collect levy and through the Barangay Treasurer to levy and other fees in relation to barangay certifications, permits, barangay clearances, and the like by the Office of Barangay Sanghay, referred to the Vice Chairman Committee on Oversight, Ordinances and Legal Matters, the Honorable Capina, considering that the Chairman of the said committee is on leave. Communication number 243, series 2024. This pertains to Executive Order number 73, series of 2024, establishing the Local Economic Development and Investment Promotion Office, providing for its functions, and abolishing the Trade, Industry, and Investment Development and Promotion Office, for the information of the Honorable SP members. Communication number 244, CS 2024. This pertains to Executive Order number 74, Series 2024, amending various executive orders with the subject matter, reorganizing and reconstituting the City Solid Waste Management Board by updating its membership, for the information of the Honorable SP members. Communication number 245, Series 2024. This pertains to Executive Order number 75, Series of 2024, amending Executive Order number 48, Series of 2024 with the subject matter, creating the City Economic Enterprise Management Board by updating its membership, for the information of the Honorable SP members. Communication number 246, Series 2024. This pertains to Executive Order number 76, Series of 2024, amending Executive Order number 25, Series 2019 with the subject matter, reconstituting the Mati AIDS Council by updating its membership, for the information of the Honorable SP members. Communication number 247, Series 2024. This pertains to Executive Order number 77, Series of 2024, amending Executive Order number 17, Series of 2019 with the subject matter, reorganizing and reconstituting the Task Force 4MCP and renaming it into City Mental Health Task Force by updating its membership and functions, for the information of the Honorable SP members. Communication number 248, CS 2024, a letter from Mr. Maximino A. Nazareno II, Secretary Sangguniang Panlalawigan, Davao Oriental, pertaining to Resolution number 17-1005-07, Series 2024, entitled A Resolution Confirming the Validity of City Ordinance number 603, Series of 2024, Sangguniang Panlungsod of Mati, Davao Oriental, entitled An Ordinance Confirming the Appointment of Mr. Dashil E. Indelible Jr. as City Government Department Head 1, City Economic Enterprise, this city, considering that the same is in accordance with law, for the information of the Honorable SP members. Communication number 249, CS 2024, an urgent letter from the local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle N. Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panlungsod members, requesting for a passage of a resolution adopting the policy and standard of the City Government of Mati, 1. Occupational safety and health standards, and number 2. Mental health policy as part of the City Government of Mati's requirements for prime HRM, referred to the Chairman Committee on Good Government, the Honorable Abilino Capina, to be discussed under unassigned business without need of suspending the House rules. Communication number 250, CS 2024, letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle N. Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panlungsod members, endorsing City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council Resolution number 05, Series 2024, a resolution creating the Executive Committee of the City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council for the City of Mati, Province of Davao Oriental, referred to the Honorable Daniel Macaubos, Chairman, Committee on Peace and Order, as manifested by the Honorable Macaubos. This will be discussed under unassigned business, suspended House rules. Communication number 251, CS 2024, letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle N. Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panlungsod members, requesting for a passage of an ordinance enacting the institutionalization of a functional disaster risk reduction and management in health system in the citywide health systems of the City of Mati, referred to Chairman Committee on Health and Sanitation, the Honorable Roger Pabio. Communication number 252, Series 2024, a letter from Punong Barangay Ivan Gias, Punong Barangay o Barangay Badas, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panlungsod members, to Honorable Lorenzo Leon G. Rabat, City Vice Mayor, regarding Barangay Ordinance numbers 02 and 03, all series of 2024, subject for review and approval, referred to the Committee on Oversight, Ordinances, and Legal Matters through the Vice Chairman, Honorable Capina, to be discussed under unassigned business, suspended House rules. Communication number 253, CS 2024, letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panglusod members, requesting for passage of two ordinances: an ordinance institutionalizing the Adolescent Health and Development Program of the City of Mati, and number two, an ordinance establishing Mati Tinbayan in the City of Mati, providing for its implementation and appropriating funds therefore and for other purposes. Referred to Chairman Committee on Health and Sanitation, the Honorable Roger Pabio. Communication number 254, since 2024, an urgent letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panglusod members, requesting for a passage of an ordinance confirming the appointment of Mr. Pipito B. Plaza as City Government Department Head 1, City Population Officer 1 of the Office of the City Population Officer. Referred to Chairman Committee on Good Government, the Honorable Capina. This will be discussed under unassigned business without need of suspending the House rules. Communication number 255, since 2024, an urgent letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle N. Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panglusod members, requesting for a passage of an ordinance retitling of the position Administrative Aid 4, Salary Grade 4, with item number 23003-6 to Administrative Aid 4, Reproduction Machine Operator 2, B, Salary Grade 4 under the Mati Public Market, Mantilla. Referred to the Honorable Capina, Chairman Committee on Good Government, to be discussed under assigned business without need of suspending the House rules. Communication number 256, since 2024, letter from our local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle N. Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panglusod members, endorsing the Urban Development and Housing Board Resolution number 006, series of 2024, a resolution recommending to amend the use of the LGU property located in Barangay Mamali from resettlement to evacuation campsite. Referred to Chairman Committee on Housing and Land Utilization, the Honorable Jerome De Hirang, to be discussed under unassigned business, suspended House rules. Communication number 257, since 2024, first endorsement from Mrs. Himaya Bagaydimpas, City Budget Officer, regarding pre-reviewed barangay annual budget for calendar year 2024 of Barangay Tagabakid. Referred to the Honorable Capina, Chairman Committee on Finance, Budget Appropriation, to be discussed under unassigned business, suspended House rules. And last communication, Mr. Chair, communication number 258, since 2024, an urgent letter from the local Chief Executive, Honorable Michelle N. Rabat, addressed to the Honorable Sangguniang Panglusod members, requesting for a passage of an ordinance adopting Section 30, Article 5 of Republic Act 12001, Real Property Valuation and Assessment Reform Act, authorizing the grant of tax amnesty on real property taxes and special levies on real property within the territorial jurisdiction of the City of Mati, Davao Oriental for a period of 2 years upon the effectivity of the Act or until June 12, 2026. Referred to the Honorable Capina, Chairman Committee on Finance, Budget Operations. That's all for communications, Mr. Chair. No committee report. For calendar business, no unfinished business. Business for the day for second reading, none. For resolution ordinance. For unassigned business, we have 3 urgent communications.
May I request Councilor Capina for the conversion of this august body into a committee as a whole?
Mr. Chair, I now move for the conversion of this plenary into committee as a whole, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion for the conversion of this august body into a committee as a whole as manifested by Councilor Capina, duly seconded by all members. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Councilor Capina is now recognized for the urgent request of the Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, to my colleagues, the floor now is open for any discussions, queries. First, for communication number 249, Mr. Chair.
Any query to communication number 249, the urgent request from the mayor? There being none, you may proceed, Councilor Capina.
Thank you. I now move for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation as requested in communication number 249, series of 2024. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion as manifested by Councilor Capina. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Please proceed, Councilor Capina.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for communication number 254, series of 2024, for the request of the confirmation of the appointment of Mr. Pepito B. Plaza as City Government Department Head 1. The floor now is open for any queries and discussions.
Again, any query to the appointment of Mr. Pepito B. Plaza? There being none, you may proceed, Councilor Capina.
Thank you. I now move for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation as requested in communication number 254, series of 2024. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation as manifested by Councilor Capina. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Shall I proceed, Mr. Chair?
Please
For
proceed.
communication number 255, a request for a passage of an ordinance for the retitling of the position Administrative Aid 4, Salary Grade 4 with item number 203003-6 to Administrative Aid 4, Reproduction Machine Operator 2, Salary Grade 4 under the Mati Public Market, Plantilla. The floor now is open for any queries and discussions.
Is there any query with regards to communication number 255 as urgent request by the mayor? There being none, you may proceed.
And I'll move for the committee as a whole recommendation as requested in communication number 255-2024. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion as manifested by Councilor Capina. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. We are under a committee as a whole. May I request Councilor Capina for the conversion back to plenary?
Mr. Chair, I now move for the conversion of this committee as a whole back to plenary. I do so.
There is a motion for the conversion of this committee as a whole back to plenary. Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, we are now back to plenary. You may proceed, Councilor Capina.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, for communication number 249-2024, it requires two resolutions, Mr. Chair.
Please proceed.
With this, I now move for a resolution adopting the occupational safety and the health standards for the city government of Mati. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion for as manifested by Councilor Capina. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Please proceed.
I now move for a resolution adopting the mental health policy in the city government of Mati. I now move for the passage of a resolution, Mr. Chair. I do so move.
Again, there is a motion as manifested by Councilor Capina for the mental health policy of Mati. Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Mr. Chair, for communication number 254, I now move for the City Ordinance number 609, series of 2024, an ordinance confirming the appointment of Mr. Pepito B. Plaza as City Government Department Head 1, City Population Officer 1 of the Office of the City Population Officer, this city. I believe every member has a copy of this proposed ordinance number 609. I now move for its second reading, Mr. Chair. I do so move.
There is a motion for a passage of city ordinance as manifested by Councilor Capiña. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the city ordinance is now approved for second reading. You may proceed.
Thank you. For communication number 255-2024, Mr. Chair, I now move for the city ordinance number 610 series of 2024, an ordinance retitling the position of Administrative Aid 4, Salary Grade 4, with item number 203003-6 to Administrative Aid 4, Reproduction Machine Operator 2, Salary Grade 4, under the Mati Public Market Plantilla of the City of Mati. I now move for the City Ordinance number 610 series of 2024 for second reading. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
610 kaya.
There is a motion for a passage of city ordinance number 610 as manifested by Councilor Capiña. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the city ordinance number 610 is now approved for the second reading. Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If there is no objection, I wish to have an approval from this august body that these two proposed ordinance 609 and 610 be tackled under an assigned business during suspended House rules for the possible approval of the ordinance, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilor Capiña. Mr. Secretary, please take note to the request of the Honorable Capiña.
Properly noted, Mr. Chair.
What is the next item?
Subject for suspension of House rules, the manifestation of Honorable Macaobos pertaining to Communication 250, Honorable Daing Hirang pertaining to Communication 256, and the Honorable Capiña pertaining to Communication 242, 252, and 257 respectively, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you so much. Councilor Capiña is now recognized.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I now move for the suspension of the House rules and at the same time the conversion of this plenary into committee as a whole. I do so move.
There is a motion for the suspension of the House rules, at the same time the conversion of this august body into a committee as a whole. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. We are now under committee as a whole. Councilor Macaobos is now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is in relation to Communication 250, that's 2024. The floor now is open for the discussion for the said communication.
Any query with regards to communication number 250? There being none, you may proceed.
I now move for the adoption as a committee of the whole recommendation for a passage of a resolution as requested under Communication 250-2024. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion as manifested by Councilor Macaobos with regards to communication 250. Any objection? Duly seconded by all members present. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Daing Hirang. Daing Hirang.
Councilor Dayan Hirang.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. This is regarding communication number 256-2024. The Barangay Mamali requested that the LGU property will be used as evacuation campsite instead of resettlement area, Mr. Presiding Officer. So the floor is now open for any discussion regarding this said communication.
Any query or discussion with regards to communication 256? There being none, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. On behalf of the members, I now move for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation regarding communication number 256. I so move.
There is a motion as manifested by Councilor Jimboy Dayang Hirang under communication number 256, duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Kubi Capiña.
Councilor Capiña again. now recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. In behalf of the Chairman of the Committee on Oversight, Ordinances, and Legal Matters, being the Vice Chairman, the floor now is open for any queries, discussions for communication number 242-2024, a request from the Barangay Sanghay, City of Mati, and for Barangay 252, a request from Barangay Dawan, City of Mati.
The floor is open to any query with regards to communication number 242. There being, yes, Councilor Valera.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon to each and everyone, and also to our friends in media. Good afternoon. I have some query, Mr. Chair, with regards to this proposed barangay ordinance under Section 3, Barangay Clearances, Certification, and Permit. Naadiri nakabutang Kapinya, cutting permit 500 Ratan, Bambo, Angemelina, and Palkata. Di ba sa ato sirong balag only the DNR na makahatag og permit to cut? Dili ang barangay.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilor
can I
Capena.
ask Honorable Valera if what communication, 242 or...
242, Section 3. Under Section 3, clearances, certification, permits, and like fees. Sa second pages, sa kuan. Hapit na sa barangay certification na bit.
Section 3.
Section 3 sa likod. Cutting permit nila, 500. Ratan, Bambo, Gemelina, Palkata.
I think the query of Councilor Valera, I think it is presumed if there is already approval from the DNR, then that's the time that the barangay will collect the amount of 500 pesos for the cutting permit.
O kung naanay permit gikan
yeah.
sa DNR.
Oh yeah. As long as approved by, because I believe the barangay will not give any permit to the illegal cutting of trees.
Kaya basin na siguro, Mr. Chair, basin sila na unya ang maghatag without the knowledge of the
Yeah,
DNR.
okay.
Cutting of different trees.
Mr. Chair, for Section 3, as we can see, rate of barangay clearances. That is rate of barangay clearances, certifications, permits, and the like. So meaning, payment na siya if magkuha ka o barangay clearance.
Actually, the query of Councilor Valera is the cutting permit of 500 for Ratan, Bambo, Gemelina, and Palkata.
Yes, Mr. Chair. The barangay permits for the cutting of those trees, Mr. Chair, is fall under Section 3, the rate of barangay clearances, certification, and permits. So, siguro, ang barangay mismo dili mo issue og permit kung wala ang ilahang mga
Permit
ang
to cut.
itong mga kailangan pa nila nga mga papeles.
Siguro, Mr. Chair, basin ako nasabot ani sa ilaha, before siguro sila magkuha og permit to cut sa Office of the DNR, mag-provide sa certification gikandaan sa ila. Usa sila moadto sa Office of the DNR.
I think mag-una gyud ang DNR.
Mag-una gyud ang DNR.
Okay.
To be followed na ang
Yes,
certification.
Councilor
Permit to cut sa
Macaobos.
barangay.
Mr. Chair, can we hear from Honorable Macaobos,
Okay.
Mr. Chair?
The chair now recognize Councilor Macaobos.
Thank you. Good afternoon to each and everyone. Considering that the concern is within my leadership as ABC President, actually, ang pag-secure o barangay permit for cutting is a prerequisite prior sa imuhang pagkuha o permit sa DNR.
Okay, thank you.
Otherwise, if you have no barangay permit for cutting, ang imuhang application will be denied.
Okay.
Just for the information of the honorable body.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Is that satisfy the query of the answer of Councilor Macaobos? Thank you so much, Councilor Macaobos. Thank you. You may
Mr. Chair.
proceed, Councilor Capinya.
Thank you. So, Honorable Macaobos, dagan kayong salamat, being the ABC President. And Mr. Chair, since this is a committee as a whole, so anybody can have queries para nga matubag o matagaan nato og katinawan for the request of these two barangays.
You may proceed, Councilor. Is there any query with regards to communication number 242? Yes, Councilor Valera.
Under Communication 252, Mr. Chair, I believe this is an adoption of our national laws of a solid, based on ecological solid waste and management system. I have some query lang. If there is an existing example city ordinance, then i-adapt sa barangay. I-change ba nila ang city ordinance or directly adapt the existing city ordinance?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilor Capinya.
thank you. Since the ordinance of Barangay Shanghai, if we can see, there is a repelling clause. No, all existing ordinance and resolutions of this barangay found to be inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed or modified accordingly. So,
Under communication number 252.
252, Mr. Chair.
252.
The one na,
The one.
Sorry, Barangay Dawan.
Yes, Barangay Dawan, Mr. Chair. If there is an existing city or national laws, ang barangay, igo lang sila sa pag-adapt o i-change nila before the adoption of the said ordinance.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Councilor Capinya.
again, actually, gipangusgan lang sa barangay ang ordinansa. Gitagaan lang nila og dugang kusog, no? But then, in the section 23 of this ordinance, Barangay Ordinance of Barangay Dawan, Mr. Chair, nakasulat diri all existing ordinances and resolutions of this barangay found to be inconsistent herewith are hereby repealed and modified accordingly. So, whether na ay mga existing ordinances in our sangguniang panlalawigan, panglungsod, or even the national law, kung makita nga inconsistent ang barangay ordinance, so ang ma-follow ang katong existing na ordinances in the higher sanggunian or lawmaking body, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much. And besides, Councilor Valera, I believe the passage of barangay ordinance or localized application and implementation, it is always aligned with the national laws and local laws.
Local laws, Mr. Chair. Because just like the Barangay Ordinance number 03, series of 2024, Mr. Chair, I believe I am the proponent or author of this said ordinance. Then, obserbaran ako na mga changes pag-abot sa ilahana. There was a revise.
namaste autonomy ko yan.
Anyway, the barangay, I believe the barangay has the autonomy to have their own as long as it will not contradict to the national law.
Meaning, Mr. Chair, pag naatay mahimo ng mga ordinances, pwede po nila i-change pag-abot sa ilang barangay or i-adapt lang nila ang the said existing ordinance?
Anyway, ang nasabtan ako, kung doon ay pagkulang, pwede nila dugangan. Pwede nilang dugangan.
Pwede po nila bawasan.
Pwede po, depende sa ilaha. Hindi sila siguro makabawas kay local laws man. Pero pwede nila amendar o gunsa. I don't know. We hear from the mind of the ABC President.
But for me, Mr. Chair, that is only a query, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Again,
thank
thank you. That is a very nice query from my very best friend. Actually, the Barangay LGU has been trusted and given the authority na mag-pass og mga laws, resolution, and ordinances pitted sa barangay. Basta lamang ang ilahang pag-amend is within sa balaod sa ato ang nasod, nasubay gihapon sa balaod sa ato ang syudad, I think walay na violate. It is not, in some cases that some ordinances is not fitted sa usa ka barangay, it is the right, it is lawful for the barangay to create an ordinance fitted to their needs and usage of the barangay, but still aligned to the national law and local laws. Kana lang.
Okay.
Thank you,
But we
Mr.
are
Chair.
given the authority nga mag-amend.
Thank you for the good explanation of my colleagues, Honorable Danny Y. Macabas. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much, Councilor Valera. Councilor Capiña, you are again recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Any more queries with regards to the request of two barangays? Barangay Sanghay and Barangay Danao, Dawan rather. Danao man akong nalitok.
257. 257 yan.
257,
Napaisa.
napaisa.
257.
257, Barangay Budget.
Any query with regards to communication number 257? You may proceed, Councilor Capiña.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I now move for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation as requested in communication number 242, communication number 252, and communication number 257. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion for the adoption of the committee as a whole recommendation for the three communications. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. May I request again, Councilor Capiña, for the conversion of this August body back to plenary?
Mr. Chair, I now move for the conversion of this committee as a whole back to plenary. I do so move.
There is a motion for the conversion of this committee as a whole back to plenary. Duly seconded by Councilor Deng Hirang. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. We are now back to plenary. Councilor Macaobos again is now recognized.
Again, thank you, Mr. Chair. I now move for a passage by resolution, a resolution confirming the approval and adoption of the CDRMC Resolution Number 05-2024, a resolution creating the Executive Committee of the City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council for the City of Mati, Province of Davao Oriental. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion for the passage of a resolution as manifested by Councilor Danny Macaobos. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Councilor Dayang Hirang, now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Maayong hapon. On behalf of the members of the Committee on Housing and Land Utilization, I now move for the passage of a resolution confirming the approval and adoption of Resolution Number 006 Series of 2024 of the Urban Development and Housing Board, a resolution commending to amend the use of the LGU property located in Barangay Mamali from resettlement to evacuation campsite. I so move, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you so much, Councilor Dayang Hirang. There is a motion for a passage of the said resolution as manifested by Councilor Jimboy Dayang Hirang. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Councilor Capiña, now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I now move for a passage of a resolution favorably approving Barangay Ordinance Number 001 Series of 2024 of Barangay Sanghay, the City of Mati, considering that the same is in accordance to the law. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion for a passage of the said ordinance as manifested by Councilor Capiña. Do I hear a second to the motion?
Resolution, Mr. Chair.
Resolution, sorry, I stand corrected. Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Mr. Chair, I now move for a passage of a resolution favorably approving Barangay Ordinance Number 02 and 03, Series of 2024 of Barangay Dawan, this City of Mati, considering that the same is in accordance to the law. I now move for the approval of a resolution. I do so move, Mr.
There
Chair.
is a motion for the passage of the said resolution as manifested by Councilor Capiña. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. You may proceed, Councilor Capiña.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I now move for a passage of a resolution declaring the annual budget for year 2024 of Barangay Tagabakid, this city, to be operative. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion as manifested by Councilor Capiña. Do I hear a second to the motion? Duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Councilor Capiña, again.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As I manifested earlier, the passage of this City Ordinance 609 and 610 for third and final reading. Mr. Chair, I now move for the passage of an ordinance number 609, series of 2024, an ordinance confirming the appointment of Mr. Pipito B. Plaza as City Government Department Head 1, City Population Officer 1 of the Office of the City Population Officer, this city. I now move for the passage of the City Ordinance number 609, series of 2024 for third and final reading. I do so move.
There is a motion for a passage of City Ordinance number 609 as manifested by Councilor Capiña. May I request the Secretary to please count us in favor of the said ordinance. Please raise your right hand.
All members voted for the measure. No objection, Mr. Chair.
The City Ordinance 609 is now approved. Thank you so much, Councilor Capiña. You may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I now move for the City Ordinance number 610, series of 2024, an ordinance retitling the position of Administrative Aid 4, Salary Grade 4 with item number 203003-6 to Administrative Aid 4, Reproduction Machine Operator 2B, Salary Grade 4 under the Mati Public Market Plantilla of the City of Mati. I now move for the City Ordinance number 610, series of 2024 for third and final reading. I do so move, Mr.
There is a passage for the approval of City Ordinance number 610 for third and final reading. May I request the Secretary to please count those in favor of the said ordinance. Please raise your right hand.
All members voted for the measure. No objection for City Ordinance 610, Mr. Chair.
The City Ordinance 610 is now approved. Thank you so much, Councilor Capiña. We are still under the under suspended House rules.
I now move for the lifting of the suspension of the House rules. I do so move, Mr. Chair.
There is a motion for the lifting of the suspended House rules, duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. What is the next item, Mr. Secretary?
Announcement, other matters.
Any announcement from the members? Yes, Councilor Capiña.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, announcement from the Committee on Good Government, Public Ethics and Accountabilities. Since wala pa ta nakapasa og committee report for the verdict of the administrative case filed within the Sanggunian against punong barangay Hinaro, Bentayaw, tungod kay wala pa nakompleto ang pirma, no? So gipatuyok pa nako karon ang committee report and also the decision of the said administrative case. Maybe next regular session mapasahan na nato og committee report. And also, we will now forward the decision of the administrative case filed within the Sanggunian against Punong Barangay Hinaro Bentayaw. And another administrative case nga, tuwa na pong atubangon, na po i-file sa Office of the Secretary, another barangay official, no? From Barangay Macambol, and this is yet to be determined if valid ba ang complaint, no? So, the committee will, and also the Office of the Secretary will announce later if ang another case nga gisangat na po diri sa Sanggunian kung naa ba siya probable cause, no? And legitimate ba ang iyahang pag-file sa iyahang complaint against this barangay official of Barangay Macambol. So again, thank you. Kung valid gani ni magandam-andam na punta. Kaya another case na po datong atubangon. Thank you very much. Mr. Chair, in behalf of the Committee on Good Government, I would like to thank the support of my colleagues, no, in addressing these matters, no, especially the quasi-judicial thing, no. Lisod yun ni siya kay ang atubangon complaints against our fellow officials, no. So, but then thankful ko tungod kay naa ang suporta sa tanan, including Vice Mayor Enzo and the members, not only the committee but the members of this august body nga nagpakita gyud og support and cooperation upon dealing those administrative cases nga gi-file within this Sanggunian, no. So daghan kay salamat, medyo dili kayo bugat sa ko ang part as committee chairman tungod sa inyong cooperation and tabang pod. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Councilor Capiña. Ang importante, walay administrative case gi-file sa mga last termer. Thank you so much. Any more announcement from the members? There being none, what is the next item?
Adjournment followed by closing prayer by the Honorable Sandra Paul Alcantara.
Councilor Alcantara is now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I move for the adjournment of this regular session. I also move, Mr. Presiding Officer.
There is a motion for the adjournment of the 30th regular session, duly seconded by all members present. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the session is now adjourned.
Okay, let us pray. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin.
Thank you so much. Maayong hapon sa tanan. God bless.